start with my Urban Decay Primer Potion, and this is just going to prime my lids. I'm going to add the LA Girl Pro Concealer to the inner and outer corner of my eyes just to mute out the darkness. And this is in the shade Toast. I'm going to go straight into my crease colour. I'm using this blush by Bobbi Brown and it is in the shade Flame. I have finally found a dark orange matte shade, so I'm just applying this to the crease, and this is just a fluffy blending brush by Sigma. The name has been rubbed off, so I think it was the E35. I'm just placing this in my crease. Then I'm going to take Texture, also by MAC, with a tapered blending brush by Sigma, and apply this above that orange just to kind of remove the harsh lines and blend it out a lot more seamlessly. For my brow bone highlight, I'm taking Goldmine, placing that at the high points of my brows. And then adding just a little bit of Arena to the high points. Gonna blend this all together with a clean blending brush. From the Sleek PPQ palette, I'm taking this kind of burgundy shade. I'm applying this to my crease just to define it. If you have Makeup Geek's Bitten, you can use that instead, but it doesn't show up on me, so I never seem to reach for it. Just to define my crease, because I feel like because I have hooded lids, I need to have something in my crease to kind of give it a sunken look. Just adds a bit of depth to my crease. Gonna add that orange blush to the outer and inner corners of my lids. In the middle section of my lids, and in this burnt orange and gold shade from the Sleek Sunset palette. I'm just using a Makeup Addiction medium shader brush to apply this. This packs on the colour and I really like this shade actually. Kind of complements the orange as well. And then applying the gold directly on top of it as well. Just gonna go back and blend that orange into it. And also apply more orange to the outer corner and blend into the gold. And keep reapplying and keep blending. For my inner tear duct, I'm using Half Baked from the Urban Decay Naked 1 palette. Just using a pencil brush. I'm going to add the burgundy shade with a smudge brush to my bottom lash line. Lining my waterline with a black eyeliner pencil. This one is from Rimmel. For my lashes, I'm using the Goddess Lashes by KOKO. I'm not going to apply any liner to my top lash line. I'm just going to leave it the way it is. Taking my primer, this is the Becca Ever Matte Poreless Priming. Just going to apply this to my T-zone. I'm using a mixture of the NARS Luminous Weightless Foundation and my Makeup Forever HD. First going to use the NARS one around my mouth area, because this kind of, and also under my eyes, helps to like cancel out the dark areas of my face. So it has a really good coverage, so I tend to just use this on these areas. And for the rest of my face I would use the Makeup Forever. I hope the camera's in focus because I don't really know if it is or not. If it's not, I'm sorry. Okay, so the next thing will be to use my the next thing is to use my LA Girl Pro Conceal in the shade Fawn. I normally use a NARS Creamy Concealer, but I feel like it doesn't cover up my you know, these lines here. It doesn't seem to cover it up well, but the Fawn does, the LA Girl one does, so I tend to use this instead. And I'm using the same blending, beauty blending sponge. And there's concealer in my hair. I'm just applying this under my eye in a dabbing motion. Try not to take it too far down because I feel like sometimes I do that and it's kind of very light under my eyes. So try and keep it, stop where I can feel my cheeks, my cheekbone. We're going to have to reapply the eyeshadow underneath, which is why I usually don't tend to use mascara on my bottom lash line until after I've set my under eye. So because I usually kind of go over it with concealer and it kind of gets ruined, so I would do that afterwards. Then apply it down my nose, the bridge of my nose. And I only really add a little bit to my forehead now because I feel like whenever I do my eyebrows I always have concealer anyway, so I feel like it brightens my forehead already. So I don't really need to add too much, add any more when I'm highlighting. So just add a tiny bit. Then I'm going to use my Sacha Cosmetics Camouflage Powder in the shade Buttercup to set it. Just going to use this brush by Makeup Addiction, the Precision Highlight Brush, and then just apply that under my eye. Also setting my forehead, just where my eyebrows are, and usually it gets shiny there, top of my brows. So now what I've started doing is also to contour my face, my forehead, with a cream foundation. This one's Black Opal in the shade Suede Mocha, and this is just kind of to darken my face and kind of make it more dimensional, if that's the word I'm looking for. But I always feel like my forehead is quite light, so I've started kind of using this because just the powder alone, the contour powder, doesn't seem to do the tricks. Just going to draw a line on my forehead. I don't know if you can see, and it's just going to darken it. Probably put a little bit on my cheeks as well. Use a duo fiber brush and just blend it out. And then kind of tap it on my cheeks. I don't swirl it because I feel like it moves whatever else was on my face before. So I just tap it. But then for my forehead I would swirl. So now I'm going to apply my face powder. This is by MAC and it's the Mineralized Skin Finish in Dark Deep, to the rest of my face, and also try and blend it into my highlight just so it kind of darkens it a little bit as well. I also use it to set my forehead. I'm gonna apply my CoverGirl bronzer in Ebony Bronze, just around my cheeks. I'm not sure what I'm using for my blush yet. I always go for Raizin because it's safer. I'm just gonna use Raizin. And this is a blush brush by Makeup Addiction. I'm going to highlight using the Bobbi Brown highlight powder with a fan brush, and I'm just going to highlight the top of my cheeks. Highlight my Cupid's bow, and ooh, I haven't even contoured my nose. I'm just taking a brush that had a brown shadow on it. So for my lips, I'm going to be using the new LA Girl Matte Flat Finish Pigment Glosses, even though I'm not sure why it has matte and gloss in the same sentence, but it's like a liquid lipstick, and I'm going to be mixing two shades. One's on the floor, so I'm going to have to reach for it. I'm going to be using two shades. The first one is like a corally colour called Obsess, and then I'm going to mix a little bit of an orange, which is called Instinct. Should probably have used a liner first. I think I might leave it like this. I think I like it without the orange. Just gonna add another coat. Gonna go back and add that burgundy shade under my eyes. So this is the finished look. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye guys.